It's time to grow and scale your coaching business the impact-driven, simple and sustainable way. Welcome to Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. I'm your host, Sofia, mindset and business coach, supporting ambitious new and rising coaches to master their mindset, create an aligned and profitable strategy, and grow a six-figure business and beyond using the Rising Coach method. I built $1 million business by the age of 26 in under 4 years, and I've coached hundreds across the globe to build incredible businesses that create freedom and fulfillment whilst having a whole lot of fun along the way. And in this podcast, I will teach you the mindset, strategy, and energetics to do the same. Let's dive in. Welcome to another episode of Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. I'm so happy you are all here. Today's episode is super special because it is the first of a series I've decided to do in 2024 called Behind the Scenes, where I very transparently share with you what's happening behind the scenes in my business each month for the year of 2024. So one of the first episodes I did for the year was very vulnerably sharing all of my goals, both personally and professionally for 2024. In that episode, I also shared my word for the year, and I shared how I intended about going about all of these goals. So I really spilled the tea. And in that episode, I said that I was going to give you a monthly update every single month for this year to have my own accountability, but also to be really transparent about what it actually looks like to move towards your goals, because everyone goes through struggles, everyone goes through setbacks, but not everyone shares it. And I really want to be one of the people that share it because I know it normalizes people's experiences so much. So hopefully everything goes amazing this year, but you just never know, right? But one thing is for sure is I'm going to give it my all no matter what. But every month will look very different. And so I am sharing this with complete detachment and just safety and trust and excitement. I'm really excited, like regardless of what the outcomes are, or whether I'm having a quote unquote good month or bad month, which I don't even believe that's a thing, but for lack of a better word, I'm going to show up fully for you all and just be really transparent on that journey. And this is actually really nerve-wracking for me. And this is probably something I've never shared before on the podcast, but I used to have a YouTube channel many years ago. Like I think I would have been, maybe 17 years old or 18 years old when I started my YouTube channel, and I filmed a video every single week for 3 years straight at least, from memory. And it was when I lived overseas in Denmark at the time. I was a very different person then, and I just filmed videos on whatever I was passionate about and whatever I felt like doing. And I remember, I think it would have been 2018, I decided to do a YouTube video every single week, breaking down my week of that year, to share my goals, my progress, my updates, what I did in the week and all of those things. And that year ended up being one of the hardest years of my life. I went through a really big breakup. I lost my job. I was trying to figure out who I was. I was trying to figure out who I was as a person. I got in a car crash. I moved out of my grandparents' house. I got lots of new jobs. It was a very yo-yo year. It did end on an absolute high. I was traveling. I was finally happy, and everything was great. But wow, in the middle of 2018 was one of the most difficult years of my entire life. And so I'm not going to lie, when I decided to do a monthly podcast episode, part of me was brought back to that time of like, last time I went to go transparently share everything, I ended up having a really, really, really hard year and was tested. And to be honest, in hindsight, I'm so grateful that was filmed because that was a very transformational year for myself. It completely pivoted who I was as a person for the better. And there was a part of me that was like, oh my God, what if something tragic happens and I have to do these monthly updates? But then I was like, okay, let's not let the past dictate the future. It's all going to be okay. I'm not the same person I was then. I'm a lot older now, a lot wiser, a lot more regulated. And also I just own challenges a lot more than I did then. So it just doesn't matter, does it? But I just wanted to share that I have a whole YouTube channel with hundreds of videos. If you just type my name up, Sofia Rose Bernardi on YouTube, I'll come up and you can watch little Sofia really sort out her freaking life, because that was a real growth period and I'm a very different person. So, but it's all there. I've never deleted the videos because it's part of my journey, and ultimately having that YouTube channel helped me in more ways than I realized when it comes to my coaching business, because I had 3 years of practice of doing something without needing a financial gain. You know, I never made money from having a YouTube channel, and I wasn't trying to do that either. I did it because it was fun, but I did have detachment of, you know, committing to filming and editing and uploading a video every single week for years on end, without anything in return. I just wanted to do it, but I still committed to it no matter what. And some weeks I did more than one video a week as well. And a lot of my life throughout those years is really shared on that channel, and it's really, really cool. So obviously the podcast is that newer, upgraded version for me of that. So I just really wanted to transparently share that I absolutely had those thoughts come up when I decided to do this, but I wasn't going to let that stop me from being transparent and vulnerable, because I love being able to listen back to these episodes because I'm very real in them. So it's actually helpful information for me to be like, wow, that's really how I was thinking and how I was feeling and what I was going through in XYZ month. Anyways, we'll dive on in. I'm going to link below in this episode the link to listen to the podcast episode where I did share my goals and my word for 2024, so you can hear that if you haven't already, so I don't have to repeat myself too much in these episodes. But just really quick summary, my word for 2024 is intention, and my goals is to earn $600,000 cash minimum within the business, to weigh 65 kilos, to have weekly date nights with my man, and quarterly weekend trips and an annual week-long holiday, and to invest $100,000 in shares and save a minimum of $200,000, and to have 30,000 podcast downloads. They are all of my goals. And in the original podcast episode, I share how I plan on doing that, why I've chosen those goals, my actions for it, and everything like that. So definitely go listen to that after this one if you want to. But let's dive in for the month of January. So at the time of recording this, it is the 28th of January. I tried to wait till the very end of the month as much as I possibly could. And it's been a really great month. So let me summarize it. I went back to work after the Christmas holidays on the 8th of January. So that's when I kicked off again for the year with my clients. So it was definitely in holiday mode up until that point, and it definitely took me a little minute to get back in the swing of things. But I was really excited to come back to it by the time we got there. So for the Christmas holidays, I spent a lot of my time in Adelaide, where I'm actually from, with my family. I was on Geordie's farm, and I was at my grandparents' house, and my sister from overseas has been here with her friend. So I was having a lot of family time and a very big social life for those weeks. I was very just full with socializing, which was quite exhausting but very fun. And I wasn't in much of a routine all during that time because we were just with people and doing things all of the time, but I was completely fine with it. I was like, oh, what does a couple of weeks do? It doesn't matter, just live your best life. It's the only time of year where I'm really not working with any clients at all. So I just enjoyed it. So I guess I started working towards my goals a little later in the month, but that doesn't really matter in hindsight. And on top of that, I was planning on flying back from Adelaide to Brisbane, where I now live with my partner Geordie, on the 8th of January. I was planning on flying back that date, but I actually ended up extending my flight because I just wanted to stay in Adelaide a little bit longer because Geordie was staying there longer and so forth. So I actually extended my flight, and I only came back to Brisbane on the 21st. So literally a week ago. So I really truly feel like I've only been in real momentum and stability and consistency of my goals for about a week, to be honest. And yet I've still had a really good month financially and emotionally. But yeah, I'm working on a small time frame just for transparency. But that's okay. Let's dive into the goals. So I had worked out at the start of the year, in order to reach $600,000 cash by December 31st or sooner, I would need to sign 50 mastermind clients over a 12-month period based on what I charge as the investment for the mastermind. And that works out to be 4 clients per month for the mastermind. And I reached that. So I had one new mastermind member sign up just a couple of days ago, and she is amazing. And on our first onboarding call, she was like, I already know I want to work with you for at least 2 years and potentially even 4. She's like, I just know when I know, I love your vibe. I want to work with you. I believe in long-term mentorship. So her and I just had such a beautiful conversation, and yeah, she's incredible. So grateful to have attracted her into my world. And then I've had 3 of my clients whose time was running up in the mastermind, because we do it in 6-month rounds. They wanted to re-sign. So I've had 3 members re-sign and 1 new member join, which is 4 mastermind clients. How beautiful is that? So really grateful for that. And then I've had 7 women join Rise to Coach, which is my self-paced course. The reason being 7 have joined, which is a lot more than usual, is because for the first time in 2 years, I'm actually promoting the program. I only ever launched it once when I first created the program, and that was 2 years ago. And I've not really mentioned it publicly since. It's something I just downsell. But I wanted to start this year with running a free 3-day challenge to my community members of my Facebook group and promote Rise to Coach, just to fill it up again, because eventually those people then do upgrade into the mastermind. So I thought I better run it live, because it's just been such a long time since I've spoken about it, and I've had a lot of women join. So if you're listening to this right now, and this program is for males and females, by the way, I know I definitely have males listening to the podcast. So if you are a new coach, or you just decided you want to become a coach, or maybe you've been a coach for a while but you're not at consistent income in your business and where you want to be, because you feel like you're missing some solid foundations and just more of the basic things, Rise to Coach is the perfect program for you. And on top of that, I'm actually going to run the program live over 12 weeks, starting from the middle of February 2024. So if you want to work with me over 12 weeks live and get lifetime access to the course and the Facebook group where you can ask questions whenever you want, I would jump on board right now, like the 7 other women have. So now's the great time to do that. I'll leave the link in the show notes and the description as well for you to be able to do that, because we kick off that live round in 2 weeks. So I've had 4 mastermind members re-sign or work with me, and then 7 Rise to Coach members join my program. So in terms of financials, we are well and truly on track, and it's been so abundant, and majority of this has happened in the last 7 days, because just a few days ago, like I said, I ran that free 3-day challenge in my Facebook group, which was so much fun. It was called Crickets to Clients, and I have never given away so much value for free in my life. I just poured my little heart out, and I gave so much. I was crying, other members were crying that participated. Like, it was such a beautiful, vulnerable, and expansive training, and I loved it. If you would like to listen to the replay of those 3 trainings, it was exceptional, if I do say so myself. And that's why we've had so many people sign up to work with me, and why we will continue to have that over the next week or so before that live round kicks off. I will link them below so you can watch them, but you do need to be a part of my Facebook group to be able to do that. In terms of financials, off to a great start, because I ran that free 3-day challenge, which is really exciting. Now, that's my business goal. In terms of my health goal, I wasn't very much in routine until I got back here in Brisbane a week ago, but I've been ultra disciplined since I got back here. So I've been eating really clean. I've been drinking so much water. I have been going for a nice big walk every single day. It's felt really, really good. I did as much as I possibly could while I was in Adelaide, but I also was just trying to relax. Like, I was on the farm, I was with Geordie's family, I was just being present and, just in relaxation mode, to be honest. So, off to a slower start, but there's been a lot of momentum, even just in this last week alone, with me being super clean and disciplined and healthy. I think I've lost about 1 kilo already, which is really cool. So I feel really good. And I mostly feel good because I really love my body right now. Like, I'm not judging myself. There's definitely been times in the past where I've been really harsh towards myself. I think everyone goes through that at some point. But I think because I'm just thinking so positively about my body right now, then I'm just like so detached about whether the scale goes up or down or whatever. Because I'm just being really kind to myself. And I was especially being kind whilst I was in Adelaide. You know, I wasn't saying, oh, I should be walking, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. I just completely let it go. And I think it's the lack of pressure that has made me just feel so good. And so it's honestly just so nice that, you know, I've come back, been really disciplined, and it's paying off, if that makes sense. So yeah, feel really good about that. And then this week I'm planning on signing up for a gym here in Brisbane. It is a super expensive and bougie gym. I'm not going to lie. It's like a lot of money, but it's going to be worth it. There's like ice baths, there's pool, there's saunas, there's like the coolest, you know, gym and classes and beautiful bathrooms and all of these things. And I just feel like it's going to be really expansive for me, and it's going to make me want to go. And it's like a retreat, honestly, and I can go there every day. So plan on signing up for that this week, which is really exciting. But it is a 45-minute walk away from where I live, and I don't have a car here in Brisbane. I don't need one. I barely leave the house other than my walks. But that's quite a big commitment to walk for 45 minutes and then probably spend an hour or two at the gym because of the pool and the saunas and all the things, and then another 45-minute walk back. That's a bit much. Like, whilst I could do that, it'll literally take up half of my day. So I need to invest in a bike so I can ride there as well. So that's just really what I'm trying to sort out right now. That's the only thing that stopped me from paying for the gym membership, is I would like to get a bike. But that's going to happen this week, so I'm really excited about that. So guys, if I don't have a gym membership, but in the February behind the scenes episode, please tell me off. Like, literally tell me off. Especially you, Alex, if you're listening to this, she'll get so mad at me. She wants me to join so badly because she goes there. Okay, so anyways, if you're enjoying this episode, then I'd greatly appreciate it if you're not already, if you could take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Your support fuels our mission to bring you even more valuable content every week. My promise to you is that if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, I'll continue making incredible episodes each week that help you to grow and scale your coaching business. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the episode. So anyways, I feel on track with my health goal. My relationship goal, we have had our weekly date night so far every week for this year, and Geordie is currently in Adelaide right now and I'm in Brisbane, so we had to have our first virtual date night on Friday, which we've never done. So we've always committed to our weekly date nights, but then when we're apart, we obviously don't have a date night. But because I set this as my goal, we said to each other that if we are apart, we'll have a virtual date night, just like a video call. And we did it. And so I'm really happy about that, because that's the first week we've been apart this year. So I'm really happy about that. And then when he comes back here in a week's time, we're going to plan our quarterly weekend trip, but we already know where we want to go anyways, which is really cool. And the week-long holiday won't be till later in the year. So yeah, feeling really good about that. Terms of my wealth goal, I want to invest 100 grand in shares, and that equates to 8,333 Australian dollars per month, which I have done. So I invested that in shares, and I've saved way more than I need to for the month because I've had a really good financial month. So yeah, well on track there. In terms of the podcast goal, I'm going to be honest, I didn't do anything for my podcast this month other than just make sure to get episodes up on time. So yeah, I can't say I've progressed anywhere there. I haven't even checked what the downloads are actually. So that's not too good, but it is on my list to collaborate with a few different people. So that's on my list for this week, which is really exciting. So that's kind of the January life/business update. In terms of how I feel, if we just stop looking at all the external results, like how I feel really good. I just am easing back into it, like I said, but I feel really good. And yeah, there's just so many things that are on my goals document that I've said I'm going to do. And the fact that I'm already doing it is just amazing. Like this week, I also got rid of some more belongings in our home that were plastic. Like I realized we have some plastic chopping boards and I don't really want any plastic anymore. So now we've just got wooden ones. So I've gotten rid of them, which is helping us move towards plastic free in our home, which we're very close. I said that I was intending to do 8 launches for the year, and we've just done 1, or I'm in the middle of the cart open period of 1, which is really cool. I'm in the process of creating an application page on my website for a program that's going to be perfect for people that are well and truly above $10,000 per month and they want to be in a group there. So that way I'll have 3 programs. People for starting at complete zero and just want to set the solid foundations and get to consistent $2,000 months at a minimum. Then I'm going to have my mastermind Rise to 6, which is for, when you're at least $2,000 per month and you want to get to consistent $10,000 months. And then I'm going to be eventually opening Rise to 7, which is for people that are already at $10,000 months and want to go to 7 figures. So that's going to be in the works, but it's nowhere near ready yet. Then one of my other things was to invest in paid ads, which we just started this week as well. And it's amazing to open my email marketing campaign and just see how many more email contacts we have. It's so crazy to see it grow so much faster when it's happening through ads and when you get it right. Which also leads me on the topic of ads. Today, I spent the whole day recording an automated training and funnel so we can use it for ads. So fingers crossed that goes really well. What else? I feel like that's everything. So I feel like I'm really on track with everything I said I was going to do, which is really awesome. In terms of my word for the year, I feel like I am being intentional in terms of my goals and how I'm thinking and feeling. I'm doing breath work and inner work at the moment, and that is, whilst it's uncomfortable, it is very good for me. So I did my first breathwork session of the year this week as well, and I've got another one next week. Like I'm on top of it and I feel really good about that. I have been a little bit sick. I was sick in the beginning of the year just for a few days. But I think it's just because I was changing environment so much and around so many people. Otherwise, in terms of intentionality, I definitely think I could be better. Whilst I feel like I'm present when I'm around other people, I do still find I check my phone a lot. So I definitely think I could be more intentional there. Just at nighttime, like instead of scrolling on my phone in bed, just like going to bed or reading a book instead. I really need to get better at that. But I have gotten better at not checking my phone first thing. And one of the biggest things I probably should mention is that I communicate with my mastermind members on an app called Slack. It's really, really good. It's very professional and just a great place for me to communicate with them. And I used to check that app all of the time on my phone because I care about my clients, but sometimes I care probably too much. And I just would check it all of the time, and it was super fast replier. And I decided that this year I didn't believe that was good for me. It wasn't good for my nervous system, and it's actually not good for my clients either. So I have not had the app on my phone since I started the Christmas holidays, which was at the end of December, before Christmas. And I just never got it back. I was like, actually, why do I need the app on my phone? I only, need to be communicating with my clients when I'm on my computer, which is when I'm working. I don't need to be communicating with them when I'm out doing personal things. So I've never downloaded the app back, and I just check Slack a few times a day on my laptop, and it's amazing because I can send voice messages on there as well. And it's just been so good for my nervous system and for boundaries. And my clients wouldn't even know. They wouldn't know a difference because I am on my computer a lot because I do work every day. And so it's just not been a problem, but it just means that instead of me checking when I'm at the bathroom or checking when I'm out for a walk or checking, when I don't need to check, it just means that I'm now not doing that by force. And that feels really, really good. So that would be intentional, and that ticks the box in of itself for this month, to be honest, because that's a really big deal for me and I feel really great about it. So that's my monthly update, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please come message me on Instagram with your thoughts, your feelings, your takeaways, any questions you have, because I'm only going to keep doing these episodes if I'm getting good feedback and if I feel like people actually care and want to listen to it. So please let me know on Instagram. I'm at Sofia Rose Bernardi, what your biggest takeaway was from today, or if you liked this kind of episode, because then I know, okay, my audience loves behind the scenes kind of stuff, and then I'll just do more of it. So if you want more of it, you just got to let me know. So yeah, that's everything. Off to a good start. I'm feeling very grateful, very happy, and I know that this is going to be a big year, a big, amazing year. I was texting my partner yesterday and he said a really beautiful sentence to me. He's like, this is the year of infinite possibility. So I'm going to end it with that because I agree. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode and you are ready to start and grow your online coaching business and make money as a coach or service provider, then I want to invite you to my lifetime access, self-paced and money-back guarantee program, Rise to Coach. This is the online program where I am going to teach you how to set rock solid foundations in your business from scratch and sign clients on repeat. You can learn everything and more at sofiarosebernardi.com/rise to coach. In this program, you are going to get a monthly Q&A, lifetime access to a Facebook community where you can connect with others and ask me questions any day of the week. You are going to be held accountable with your goals and your wins and so much more. Head to sofiarosebernardi.com/rise to coach and I'll see you inside.